Hi folks, peace. ठंडी बहुत है यार. It's very cold, the temperature right now. आवाज़ आ रही है? Is the audio working properly or how is it? सोचा नाइट में एक कर देते यार रिव्यू. Okay. So today's the editorial. What it says is, the amplitude of gubernatorial discretion. The camera is visible, huh? I haven't turned in. Okay. इसको पीछे करना पड़ेगा. Correct. अब कर रहा है. I hope now it will work. दिख रहा है क्या स्क्रीन? How is it? Or now it's okay? I guess. अब बराबर होगा. फाइन. तो आज का एडिटोरियल क्या बोलता है? लेट्स सी. द एम्पलीट्यूड ऑफ गुबरनेटोरियल डिस्क्रिशन. प्लीज प्रीव्यू देख रहा हूँ कि कैसा दिख रहा है करके, और कुछ नहीं. होप इट्स वर्किंग. Okay, that's working, I guess. Yeah. So what it says over here is, but the queen has no such veto. She must sign her own death warrant if the two houses unanimously send it up to her. It is a fiction of the past to ascribe to her legislative power. The English constituency Walter Bagehot 1965. यार इसमें क्या बोल रहे हैं? What's the matter over here? So the Supreme Court of India has given its opinion on 11th on 11 out of 14 questions on which the President of India has sought its advice under Article 143 of the Constitution. The issue behind this question is the role to be played by the governor of a state while deciding on the bills. Oh, so how the governor, you know, the role of a governor of a state will be, right, while deciding on the bills passed by the legislative assemblies as in the provisions of Article 200 of the Constitution. So the governor, how does it, what are his roles? That is what we have to study. The mode of appointment and exercise of discretionary powers by the governor have engaged the attention of the political executive and union and state levels. The constitutional experts, after 7.5 decades, 7.5 decades, 70 years, it is time to analyze how the discharge of gubernatorial responsibilities has given rise to conflicts and litigation. Former officer of the Indian Revenue Service, IRS. Oh, bhai, IRS. The focus points, two major constitutional questions which came before the court in Tamil Nadu case and the subsequent presidential reference were: first, the existence of discretionary power of the governor while assenting to, withholding assent from, and in receiving a bill for the consideration of the president, and second, the time limit within which a governor or the president has to act on a bill passed by the legislature. So what it says over here is, गवर्नर एंड दीज आर राइट. क्या बोलते हैं अपने, governor and the president, right? So some case has been going on, right? The time duration they should pass the bill, all those things. So that is what this article says, I guess. In the court's opinion, the governor has discretion in the three courses of action available when a bill is presented, and no timeline can be prescribed. However, the court has a limited power of judicial review in glaring cases of inaction when the delay is prolonged, unexplained, and indefinite. Here it is pertinent to note that when a bill which has been withheld and sent to legislature, the governor has to assent as soon as possible after it is resubmitted. Also, the governor has to pass it when it is pertinent to note that when a bill which is withheld and sent to legislature, the governor has to assent as soon as possible, ASAP, right? That is what it's after the reason. In the Government of India Act 1935, both the Governor General and the Governor had discretion, sections 32 and 75 respectively, in assenting, withholding, and returning bills in the draft Article 175. The discretion was conferred on the Governor for returning a bill with a message to a unicameral legislature. The words discretion and the single house in the draft article were removed after debates in the Constituent Assembly. Okay. The court was the opinion that prior to the insertion insertion of the 10th schedule in 1985 in the constitution, it was a realistic possibility that bills could be passed without the support of Council of Ministers. The court implies that after the anti-defection law, members of the party cannot act against the party whip. Hence, the court has taken the view that a scenario where the Council of Ministers would tender aid and advice to the fact that the governor must return a bill for reconsideration or reserve it for the consideration of the president is not convincible. This view, however, does not take into consideration a situation when a co- coalition government of two parties, A and B, get a bill passed in the assembly. When the bill goes for assent, there is a political change and party B forms a coalition government with party C. As part of the new political adjustment, the party B agrees not to press the bill. The new ministry will naturally advise the governor to send back the bill to the legislature. Similar scenarios have been mentioned by the constitutional advisor B.N. Rao in his note to the Constituent Assembly. These make it abundantly clear that there is no need to assume that there is implied discretion in Article 200. Okay. Okay. On aid and advice, another situation mentioned in the opinion of the court for assuming that there is implied discretion of the governor in Article 200 for protecting and defending the constitution is that if there is no discretion, then even if advice is tendered contrary to the written text of the constitution, the government will bound by such advice. Three questions arise here. First, given that the members of the council of ministers take oath to owe allegiance allegiance to constitution, why will they why will they tender such an advice? Send if such an unconstitutional advice is tendered to the governor, is she or he impeded from sending a report to the union under Article 356, for which there is no need for the aid and advice for the advice of the Council of Ministers? Third, the President have any discretionary power if such advice is tendered by the Union Cabinet. The Sarkaria Commission report stated that the discretion is available only under the second proviso to the to Article 200 and that it is quite narrow. The present advisory, on the other hand, has widened the scope of gubernatorial discretion and made it non-justiciable. If the power of action, withholding, and sending messages, the advisory states that there cannot be withholding simpliciter fall in the realm of discretion and are not subject to judicial review. Consequence will be a form of gubernatorial governance in the states. The court has ad- adumbrated that the governor is not an employee of the union. Hargovind Pant versus Raghukul Tilak, Doctor and others, 1979, All India rank 1109. However, none of the modes of the appointment of governors recommended by the Sarkaria Venkatachalya and Punchi commissions have been seriously considered. Sorabji's observation. Soli Sorabji in 1985 made a sharply critical observation that an unhealthy practice has grown from offering the post of governors as a consolation prize for burnt out politicians or as a stepping stone for still burning with political ambition. Given this backdrop, there is likelihood of friction when the union and the states are ruled by different political parties. It is to be noted that those who are now critical of the role of the governors had earlier ignored the well-meaning recommendations on the mode of appointment of governors by three commissions on state center-state relations. Having judicially determined timelines for deciding on bills passed by the legislature arose when states approached the court citing long delays at the level of governors, citing instances the press of delay in the cases reserved for consideration. The president, former chief minister of Karnataka, Ramakrishna Hegde, has said the president had yet to give assent to as many as 74 bills referred to him by different state governors. Of these, two had been pending for 7 years. 7 years, 7 साल से pending है in Karnataka. 7 7 years, 3 for 6 years, 2 for 5 years, 7 for 3 years, and 58 for the past 1 year. After making the Karnataka government wait for 6 years, the Home Ministry wrote the state government that is educational bill 1983 was under examination. Itna Purana, what is the government doing? The three commissions had also recommended timelines in a polity where between the union and the states, why not think of consensus and the amended Article 200 introducing timelines. The ruling party of yesteryears is in opposition today and it can be vice versa. The adversary opinion of learned judges has upturned the position of the judgment of the Tamil Nadu case. Even though the judgment does not merge in the opinion, the latter has a substantial persuasive value. Will the future be happier if the non-justiciable discretion without specific timelines is available for exercise of gubernatorial functions under Article 200? That is a question R. Mohan is asking the former officer of Indian Revenue Service. There are many UPC services, right? That is Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, and you have your Indian Revenue Service, and these are things, the major of which I know, and there are many, I guess, more than 20 or 25 plus, that is what they say. So, put your hard work, yaar, matlab. I read a quote today. Uh, Repetition is the mastery of brain. See, the most trainable organ in our whole human body is brain, which you can train how you want. If you feed the brain about laziness, about not completing the task, procrastinating, that is how it will be. If you train your brain uh, by hard work, by doing the work, completing it, completing a task, that is a very big major issue right now, which I also literally face. I started doing with Entu, but after some time मज़ा नहीं आ रहा यार, burnout हो रहा है, ये वो repetition, बार बार करने से you will become the master. You can learn any skill, anything at any moment. You don't need anything, right? That is what today's learning is. तू कुछ भी कर सकता है. We have nothing to worry or कुछ नहीं. आज का क्या, अभी का क्या? That is what you have to think, right? आज का पूरा दिन, did you are you happily sleeping on your bed? सोच के देखो, do करो, book लो. What I am practicing right now is, I am practicing to write my diary every day, talking to myself through words. That's helping me a lot. I have to stick with it so that, two things. One is conscious, one is subconscious. If you feed everything on a subconscious, your brain will go into auto mode and it will completely, चल जाएगा. That is the thing. So do it what you always wanted and achieve, man. पोड़ दो. किसके लिए भी रुकना नहीं है, किसके लिए भी तारना नहीं है, किसी भी भीख मांगने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. स्टैंड ऑन योर ओन लेग्स, डोंट बेग फॉर मनी. नहीं चाहिए. यू हैव द कैपेबिलिटीज और तू करेगा यार. आई नो दैट यू विल डू इट. डू इट. अपने लिए कर. मेरे को चाहिए. डू इट फॉर योर सेल्फ. तेरा पेट के लिए कर. डू फॉर योर फैमिली. डू फॉर योर मॉम. डू फॉर योर dad. Do for your brother. Do for your sister. Be selfish. सेल्फिश रहो. अपने को चाहिए, अपने को वो जॉब चाहिए, अपने को ये स्किल चाहिए, अपने को गवर्नमेंट अप्लाई बनना है. बी सेल्फिश. You should be. You should be. You should be. कुछ नहीं यार, कर लेंगे, पर अभी से काम करना है. अभी से डे 1 से काम करेगा तो वन डे तू बनेगा. अभी से काम कर दो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. दिसंबर आ गया है, साल चला गया, कोई और बात नहीं. अभी भी टाइम है. 26 नवंबर. तैयारी करो, राइट. यू हैव 30 days सॉलिड का. करो, रोज करो, राइट. लेके जाओ यार अपने खुद को, नेक्स्ट लेवल लेके जाओ. नेक्स्ट लेवल तेरे लिए कर. सेल्फिश. तेरे लिए. डू इट फॉर योर सेल्फ एंड ब्लो इट, मैन. ब्लो इट. कर दो. एंड आई होप यू आर वर्किंग एंड एंजॉय करो लाइफ. 20s गो डू क्रेजी स्टफ, मैन. एक ही जॉब, 10,000 5,000, तेरा स्टेटस ही अलग है. तो गो एंड टॉक टू एवरीबॉडी. मीट फाउंडर्स, सीईओज, जो मिले चाय सबके साथ. चाय वाले अंकल के साथ, बिस्किट बेसिस, सबके साथ बात करो. जस्ट एक्सप्लोर एंड डू फकिंग क्रेजी थिंग्स एंड यू विल सी enormous changes. It will all compound and it will build up something. Compounding होगा. एक ही चीज़ में नहीं, कंपाउंडिंग चाहिए अपने को. स्लो बाय स्लो, स्लो बाय स्लो, स्लो बाय स्लो. जैसे द सेल डिविजन हैपन्स, राइट, व्हेन यू लिफ्ट द वेट्स. कंपाउंड होता है. कंपाउंडिंग इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. You should learn it. एंड फोड़ दो यार. 2025 फाइन, जो चला गया चला गया. यू कैन चेंज इट. प्रेजेंट में जियो एंड यू, बाय लिविंग इन प्रेजेंट यू कैन चेंज द फ्यूचर. Living in past, you can't. Live in present. Know the reality and work. Till then, Daniel Ruben signing off. मिलते हैं कल और एक एपिसोड में. I'll be coming back. Or if you have any questions, you can ask me in the live chat, or you can ask me in the comments too. मिलते हैं. Till then, bye. Take care. काम करो यार, लगे रहो. Do the work and मज़े करो यार लाइफ. मज़े करो. मिलते हैं. Okay. I don't want to waste any of your time because you have priorities. You are selfish, right? इस पे इन्वेस्ट, मेरे पे टाइम इन्वेस्ट करके what you'll get? Your time, right? Go and do your work. Close the phone. जाओ यार. काम करने का मन नहीं है. Go to bed and sleep. बस रील्स इंस्टाग्राम नहीं. ओके फाइन. मिलते हैं कल और एक एपिसोड में. एंड देन टिल देन काम करते रहो यार. मिलते हैं. बाय.